Hello, thank you for visiting CustomFrameSolutions.com. This video is intended to assist you to effectively and efficiently browse our website, to select the custom items you require, and to place an order with confidence so that the end result will come out perfect. The essence of our ordering process can be found on our home page right below the promotional banner. Next, I'll walk you through this process step by step and give you helpful guidance along the way to easily navigate, select, and size the items that will work best for what you want framed. The first thing you will want to do is to find a frame style that you like and that will meet your needs. Start by clicking on the Custom Frames link in the top menu bar. You'll see 4 columns appear showing the various categories our frames can be viewed. You can view by color, by width, by rabbet depth, or by special category if you require those items, such as linen liners, stretcher bars, floater frames, polystyrene frames, or MDF frames. For our purposes, we're going to focus on the first 3 columns. All our solid wood custom frames are categorized into these groupings. The third column is probably one that is not commonly used to narrow down the selection, only because rabbet depth is of most importance to customers who are framing items that have a certain thickness to them, and they want to make sure they find frames that encompass items that have that thickness. So this is typically of concern for customers who are framing an oil painting or stretched canvas, and they want to make sure that the frame styles are deep enough to accommodate that. If you're framing anything thin like a poster, a print, photograph, document, watercolor, most thin type of artworks would only require acrylic or glass and backing, and the combination of all of those items together would at most be 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch deep, and all frame styles can accommodate that. So you probably will want to focus on either by color or by width, and you would first select the one that is most important to you. So some people care more about color and they're open to various widths, and some people want specifically a narrow frame or a wide frame and they're open to various colors. So whatever your main criteria is, select that. So I'm going to choose mahogany cherry, and by doing so, as an example, it brings the mahogany cherry custom frame collection, which basically has all the mahogany cherry frames that wood frames that we carry on our website, all grouped together. And it can be quite a long list. So if you went down, you could be going down for quite a bit. We have over 2,200 frames on our website, and even though we categorize them into different groupings, each grouping still can be quite a hefty quantity to browse through. So some people want to do that, and that's totally fine if you want to go through everything. But if you have in mind that a secondary criteria, then you can use the filter drop-down menu in the blue bar to further narrow down your selection. So, for example, in my case, I wanted a mahogany cherry frame, so I clicked on that category, but I wanted to be between 1.5 inch and 2 inches wide of a molding. So when I click on the filter drop-down menu, the drop-down is actually not showing in the video for some reason, but when you click on it, you'll see options show up. And one of these options, I'm going to select a width category of 1 5/8 inch to 2 inches. And when I click on that, you'll actually see on the screen that now it's going to show only the mahogany cherry frames that have a width of 1 5/8 inch to 2 inches. And you can browse down and find a style that you really like to go to the sizing page. If by chance you go through a certain page and you don't necessarily find one that you really love, you can go to the drop down menu for the filter and just select a category, one step up or one step down from whatever you chose. So I could choose a narrower range of moldings or a little bit wider range, and that'll give me more options. In my case, I'm happy with the first option. It's a very simple, elegant custom frame, and it meets the needs that I have. I could browse through the various photos of the molding itself, and the corner image helps me to visualize best how it's going to go with my artwork. On the right hand side has more information about the molding, including the material, the finish description, how wide the molding is, how deep the inside cavity is, and the height. Next is the sizing instructions area, or the dimensions entering field. And at the bottom of the product page is the sizing instructions. And if you read that, in almost all cases, the sizing instructions are based on the dimensions of the item that you're framing. Now, the only exceptions to that are when you're adding a matte package or a linen liner. And the reason for that is when you add a matte or a linen liner, it actually increases the content size of the frame. The frame actually needs to be bigger to accommodate the linen liner or the matte. And that's why it has special sizing instructions. So if you're framing something that requires a linen liner or a matte, I would recommend that you go to the sizing instructions section and actually read through what those instructions are. For us, we're just going to focus on just a simple frame for a document that I want framed. So in this instance, we have to enter the dimensions. So I'm going to assume my document that I want to have framed, it measures 9 by 14.5 inches. So for the width, I would enter 9. And since it's 9 even, I don't need to enter any fraction into the second field. For the height, I would enter 14. And for that, I do have a fraction of half an inch. So I would enter that there. And then this gives me the price of, in this instance, $67.41. This is the base price, and typically not the price that you will pay, because we always have discounts, and when you apply the discount code on the cart page or at checkout, it'll further reduce the price. One note about the ordering dimensions: whether you order 9 by 14.5 or you order 14.5 by 9, it creates the same frame. You determine the orientation when you attach the hardware. So don't worry about what you enter for width and what you enter for height, or if you interchange them. So long as the dimensions are accurate, it doesn't matter which order you put them in. So I have my frame sized here. I'm going to add it to cart. And now it's appearing on the cart page. But because it's a document, I need not just the frame, but I also need a glazing to go in front and backing to go behind it. So I'm going to go to the top menu bar where it says accessories, and I have an option. I can do acrylic foam board or glass foam board package. There's also options for matte packages, but I'm not going to be doing a matte on this one. And there's also a link for a la carte accessories. A la carte is basically outside of a package. So if you just need the backing, or you just need the glass, or just one item, then you go to a la carte and you select what you need. But I'm going to need a package of what goes in front and what goes in back, and I'm going to choose glass and foam board. The price for glass and acrylic is the same. Acrylic is shatter resistant, but I'm just going to choose glass for my own needs. And then you'll be given several options. Whether you choose acrylic or glass, you'll have the option for clear, non-glare, and conservation grade. Conservation grade is typically for high-valued items. Non-glare diffuses the harshness of glare, but in doing so, you lose some clarity. And clear glass is pretty much the most popular. It's standard grade, but it meets the needs, and if unless I'm framing something of very high value, really you can't go wrong with the clear glass and foam board package. So when I click on that, it takes me to a product page very similar to the frame page, and I would just basically enter the exact dimensions that I entered for the frame. So for width, I'm going to put enter 9. For the height, I'm going to enter 14.5. And then I'm going to add to cart. And now on my cart, I have the custom frame, the glass, and the foam board. The only other thing that I will require is a hardware kit. The hardware kit is basically the hardware you need to secure your contents to the frame and the hardware to attach to the frame to hang on the wall. So there's a button right above checkout. It says add hardware. I'm going to click on that. Takes me to the hardware ordering page, and it tells me what types of hardware there are. Not all the hardware is going to be sent. Whatever you require will be sent, and that's determined by what you choose in terms of your frame. And if you are ordering accessories such as glass and acrylic or backing, then we'll know that it's you're framing something thin, and so we send you the appropriate securing hardware. If you're framing a canvas, you'll need to let us know in the special instructions box what the depth of your canvas is so that we can send you appropriate hardware. So for the hardware kit, I'm just going to add to cart. And so now on my cart page, I have the frame, the glass, the foam board, and the hardware. And the special instructions box, I would say if you have any hesitancy about ordering or any concerns whether you're doing it right or not, you can just put in the special instructions box whatever you want to convey to us. So some people want the dimensions that they order to be considered the outside frame dimensions because they're dealing with a confined space, and that's their bigger concern is the outside of the frame, not that they're framing an item that they want the frame to go around. And so basically you can order based on your desired outside frame dimensions, but you would need to, in the special instructions box, just indicate that the dimensions I ordered are intended to be outside frame dimensions, or any other type of nuance that deviates from the way we normally do things. You would enter in the special instructions. If you're the first time customer and you basically want us to review your order with you before we start production, you can put in the special instructions box a request for a representative to contact you to review your order, and we'll definitely do that and answer any questions you have before we go into production. So that's where the special instructions box is very helpful. Be sure to just convey to us whatever thoughts you have there. Before you check out, you can enter the discount code. I think we have an active discount code currently, a flash. So if I enter that in and click apply, it takes the discount off of the applicable items on my cart, and it says that my price now is $56.08. And just note that we do offer free shipping on orders above $250. So if you have other items to frame, you may want to bundle them together to qualify for free shipping. Just extra savings you can get on top of the 45%. Or if you don't, then you can just proceed as is. Our shipping rates are located at the bottom right below the secure checkout button. So you don't have to go through the checkout process to see the shipping rates. And these are our base shipping rates. And they're typically subsidized, lower cost than what it actually costs us. Now there are faster options for production. These shipping rates are connected to economy production, so if you're not in a hurry, it ships in 10 to 14 days. But typically if you need it faster, I think for just a few dollars more, you get standard production, which ships in 6 to 9 days. And then we have express, which is 4 to 5, and then top priority, which ships in 1 to 3. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. You choose what you need to go into the website, to go on the cart, and we will make it according to the items you order and the dimensions you request. And so long as you select the right items for your needs and enter the correct dimensions, everything will come out perfect. And if you have any questions along the way, just let us know. We're happy to help. Um, and you can convey that through the special instructions box. But for most people, once they place the first order, it becomes really easy, and they can just order without any fear going forward. And it's really the best way to order custom items without having to go to a local frame shop and spend an arm and a leg. It's much more economical this way. Thank you very much, and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.